everybody. Welcome to the show. This week we are debating Robin Williams, all Robin Williams movies, and there's a lot of great ones to choose from. Everything from Mrs. Doubtfire to his second greatest movie, Jumanji. So it's really just all over the place. It's good stuff. And we've got a lot of great comics to debate. And we're also going to do a fun trivia game with Nick Martucci in between each debate while people vote. So let's go around and say hi to all the comics that are joining us tonight. First, we have our good friend, Pete Andrews. Hey, Pete, how's it going?
It's going well, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So what's your favorite Robin Williams movie?
It's a real Sophie's choice for me, but it's got to come down to Hook. You know, my Peter Pan syndrome wouldn't allow me to select anything else.
Sure. Great movie, it still holds up, stands the test of time. So
if it can't teach you to crow, then, you're just a pirate, man.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to ask everybody the same question tonight as we start, which is what's your favorite Robin Williams movie? So let's get our next comic in here and ask him. Vaden Jones, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Great. It's good to see you. Tell me about, which movie you enjoy best from Robin Williams.
I mean, I've been a huge fan of Robbie Williams for a long time. I love his original work and that pop band Take That. His solo career, just such really good albums.
Okay. Did you say Robbie Williams?
Yeah, that's what we're debating, right?
Okay, well, we might not be quite on the same page, but hey, it's all right. Don't worry, we'll get into it a little bit later. We also have our good friend Lloyd Legacy Sharp with us. Hey, Lloyd, how's it going?
Oh, hi.
How are you? What Robin Williams movie do you enjoy the best?
Popeye.
Hell yeah.
Because I didn't think growing up as a child that character could ever translate to a live action movie, and Robin Williams single-handedly proved me wrong. I'm not saying it's his best, but it's my personal favorite, and I'm going with it.
Yeah, hey, that's fair. It doesn't have to be the best performance for it to be your favorite, but it also is.
I personally think his best work is somewhere between Mrs. Doubtfire and Jumanji, but my favorite is Popeye.
Thank you. All right. We also have our good friend Wayne Masson with us. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Sean. Is it getting warm down in Tennessee?
Oh, it's really nice out here. Yeah, I did some yard work yesterday. Very exciting stuff going on down here in Tennessee. So
nice.
Yeah, but let's talk about Robin Williams and your favorite movie from Robin
Okay, well, my current favorite is pictured behind me. It's called The Survivors. It's a 1983 movie in which he stars with Walter Matthau and kind of an odd couple where they survive an assault in a robbery, an armed robbery that's carried out by Jerry Reed. And then the shenanigans that happen after that. It's a great movie. It's actually topical today. It's Robin Williams can be taken as satiring what's going on with the survivalist movement in the United States today. It's really, really cool.
All right. Well, one more for me to check out. I can't believe that I'm not done with the Robin Williams library yet, but I need to get back in there.
I just want to add one more thing. I want to tell Lloyd that I didn't think that Olive Oil could be done either in live. And Shelley Duvall is awesome in that in Popeye.
Yeah, that's true. And that brings up an important point that I learned this earlier from a question that May Keith had submitted, which was that Robin Williams was actually considered for the part of what Jack Nicholson played in The Shining. Jack Torrance.
John, rather. Yeah, Jack.
So Robin Williams was considered for that part. He didn't get it, obviously, but Shelley Duvall played the other half there, right? And She also played Olive Oil, which makes it so that it would have been really terrific if halfway through The Shining, Robin Williams came in as Popeye and saved Shelley Duvall from Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he could have showed up in the Snowcat instead.
Yeah, why not? So, all right, let's move on to our next comic. Jim Bowes, how are you doing?
Hey, Sean Carter, good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you. It's been too long. But
No
hey,
question.
tell me, what's your favorite Robin Williams movie?
It is. It's tough to choose for me because I grew up a Mork and Mindy fan, and just love that show. And I was just started watching the Dead Poets Society. I thought he was awesome in that, and it was like the dramatic turn for him. Everyone's kind of surprised by it, but I forgot about World According to Garp, which is also a great movie. That is the better movie, but I liked his performance in this because it's like, I'll watch it later and I'll cry. I mean, I'm also almost 50, so.
Yeah, it's great.
And
It's great.
I have a princess blanket on, so whatever,
Yeah, you're looking good.
I just realized, I just saw Anna.
As long as you're comfortable, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, can I ask Wayne a question? Is that Corey Haim in the t-shirt there?
Oh, it isn't. I don't think. I don't believe it. No, it's before Corey Haim. It's like 83.
Okay. Oh,
So,
sorry.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
know who it is, but
Thanks
it's
for
not
having me,
Corey Haim.
brother. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be a good time. We also have our friend Jacqueline Wall with us. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you?
Hey, Sean. Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. So, what Robin Williams movie would you throw in tonight if you had to watch a Robin Williams movie tonight?
I would go for Mrs. Doubtfire. Go for a good
Classic.
back. It was on all the time on TV when I was a kid, so I've seen it a bunch.
Yeah, great movie. I need to revisit it more often, but it is terrific. All right, Nick Martucci, you are not debating tonight, but you have a fun trivia game for us. Can you tell me a little bit about how that's going to go?
Yeah, sure. So this right here is a trivia game based on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. All of these are Robin Williams movies. One thing in IMDb is they have user-submitted parental guides telling you all the objectionable material that could be in a movie. And these are submitted by weirdos with way too much time on their hands. So what I do, I have, every movie has 5 clues. They could be based on violence and gore, sex and nudity, profanity, frightening and intense scenes, and alcohol, drugs, and smoking. I will go through each clue. They're going to get progressively easier. If you can figure out what the movie is, shout it out. It's should be fun.
Yeah, we did this a couple weeks ago, and it was a good time. Jim, what's up?
I do read them. I didn't write them, but I find them very helpful.
All right, perfect.
To give an example, somebody else posted this recently. The movie Midsommar. One of the objectionable materials, if you don't want your kids to see Midsommar, some of the characters vape. So watch out for that.
Yeah, that's the thing that you need to worry about in Midsommar. All right. We also have our good friend Katie Baker with us tonight. Hey, Katie, how's it going?
Hello. I choose the episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit in which Robin Williams guest starred because it's a stellar performance. That's where it's comparable to 1 Hour Photo where he does some fucked up things, but he's not the real monster. And also he pulls some zany hijinks, and it's a very, very lovable piece of entertainment.
Ah, that's awesome. I have to check that one out too. I didn't even know that he guest starred on Law and Order, so I will be looking into that also. Good to see you, Katie, and we'll have some fun questions for you later. We also have our good friend Eddie Hand with us. Hey, Eddie, how's it going?
Hey, Sean. Good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So what's your favorite Robin Williams movie?
I go back and forth on it a lot, but I think that if I'd love to be edgy and say Father of the Year or something like that. But I'm going to go with everyone's favorite James Bond prequel, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right on. Yeah, it is a great movie. And Father of the Year is also a great movie, which really did not see the success that it should have. But it's good. It actually has great reviews. Like the critics liked it. It just did not pan out at the box office. Jim, did you have another question or statement?
Is it okay that I do this, by the way?
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. My other thing is shout out to Tony V, who was awesome in that.
Yeah, Tony's great, and I remember talking to him about it afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, I saw you in this movie. You know, it's awesome to just like see you on the big screen, right?" And Tony's just like, "Yeah, you know, it's one of the perks of being friends with Bobcat is once in a while he'll put me in a movie where you know I'm credited as pancake eating pedophile." And you're just like, yeah, I mean, you don't get to choose your role, I guess, like you know.
Before you move on, the movie's World's Greatest Dad, not Father of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what I
Is
said?
there another movie?
Not to be confused with Father's Day with Billy Crystal.
Yeah, World's Greatest Dad. Sorry, Nick. Did I mess that up or did Eddie? Can I
Everyone
pass the
did.
buck? Can I pass the buck here? Everybody
I'll
messed up.
allow it.
Okay. World's Father of the Year. Got it.
World Star.
Perfect.
Good
Father of the
daddy.
Year.
World Star Father of the Year. Okay, now that we've got that straightened out. Great. So let's get into some debates, and I'm glad that our trivia guy was right on top of that also. So our first debate of the night will be a classic rivalry with Vaden Jones versus Lloyd Legacy Sharp. So, Vaden, would you like to go first or second?
I will go second.
Second. Okay, Lloyd, your question is Robin Williams plays a doctor in both of these movies, Patch Adams and Hook. So, would you rather your doctor be a clown or Peter Pan?
Okay, here's the thing. I don't like going to the doctor in the first place, not so much because I don't trust doctors, but because the medical system is extremely skewed to not help anybody at all, whether you get seen and helped or not within the office on the bill side of things. So if I have to incur what will probably be a financial hurdle that I'll never recover from in the aftermath of getting healed, I'd rather be able to laugh. So I'll take clown. Peter Pan, yeah, but bit unnerving for reasons I'm not going to discuss in a public space where things can be demonetized, but a clown. At least if I never get to freaking live to pay off my medical debts that I shouldn't have to pay off because we're a profit institution that's screwed over, at least I'll have a chuckle or two while I'm being healed. And if I don't get healed, I'll have a chuckle or two. Clown time.
Yeah, you get a chuckle or two. Meanwhile, you terrify everyone around you. That doesn't seem very helpful to anybody. Also, anybody that knows me knows that I am constantly having injuries where, like, I had a broken leg, I broke my wrist recently. As you can see, I'm still dealing with that. If I could be Peter Pan, breaking bones wouldn't really matter because I could just fly wherever. I feel like just the ability to fly cuts out a lot of medical costs to begin with. And most doctors are clowns anyway. So why not be Peter Pan?
Maybe I misheard the question. I thought it was what kind of doctor you wanted, not what kind of doctor would you be, but I digress. And Sean just pointed at me, so yes. So that being the case, I don't want to be a clown or be Peter Pan. And since I'm not the clown, I wouldn't terrify everybody around me. But if I did, that would be a good way to keep them away from me, which is kind of what we've been needed to do for the past year for other reasons. That being the case, I'm sticking with the clown because I heard the question correctly, and that's what I'm going with.
That
Uh-oh. Did Vaden?
I did say time. Yeah, that was time, coach. Bring the thing. Yeah.
is my audio working?
It is now.
Okay,
yeah.
either way.
Coming in live.
Okay.
Never mind.
So I would either way still not want to be operated on by a clown. However,
Oh.
Oh no, he's freezing up.
a great argument.
All right. Time.
Oh, no.
Well, a lot of good points here.
Oh, no.
Go in and vote for your winner. There's a link right below this video on YouTube, right in the description. And you can click on that and vote for Vaden or Lloyd. Hopefully Vaden will join us again soon. I'm not sure if he can even hear us, but his video is frozen right now. So go ahead and vote. And in the meantime, Nick, I can't wait to get into this game. Let's get it started.
All right, before I do that, can we talk about how Robin Williams is a doctor in like 15 movies? And I think Vaden's internet cut out to allow him to not have to argue the Peter Pan side, because Peter Pan, he plays a lawyer in Hook.
Oh.
yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Man, I
I'm
messed
just
up.
here to fact check tonight.
Yeah, when I heard the question, I wasn't sure about that.
Well, he had a cell phone, so I figured must have been a doctor if you had a cell phone in the year what was that, 98 or something? 97?
91?
Was it
That
that
was
early?
94.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways,
All right, I'll go.
Nick,
with
I have
the
an
Vaden
important question for you. Wasn't he a doctor before he went off the deep end in The Fisher King?
Oh, I think so. That
somebody
sounds
Google
right.
how many movies has Robin Williams been a doctor in?
Yeah, somebody bring that up. We'll get to it at the end of this round. I'll start this round.
I
So
can't
this
do it. I just
movie-
turned off my phone because I don't want that to happen to me. I know it's gonna.
All right, this movie has a warning under violence and gore that says a mild amount of violence. One fist fight shows a cut with a small amount of blood.
Popeye.
Not Popeye.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Not Mrs. Doubtfire. We'll
Good
move
Will
on.
Hunting?
It's not Good Will Hunting either.
RV.
Jumanji?
I feel like if we just keep guessing everything, we'll get there eventually.
Give us another.
Or I can move on to the next one, sex and nudity. No nudity, but a monkey does urinate in a short scene.
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Not Jumanji.
What?
Mrs.
Oh.
Doubtfire.
Still not Mrs. Doubtfire. Though I think there's a monkey in that too.
Yeah, the birthday
I
party.
know this one.
All right. This one's going to be a long one. Let me get through this because it's fun. Under profanity. One use of tit, which would have been shit if the main character did not get shot in the mouth by a small splinter. One use of hell. One use of kick-ass. Name calling such as Weirdy, Lunchbox, Snack Shack, Hopscotch, Dum Dum, Cracker Jack, Blondie, Butterscotch, Fathead, Gigantor, Freak, Baby, Hot Dog, Old Man, Cupcake, Hot Shot, 2 exclamations including dang, geez, Bobbycock, and bully, and 1 religious exclamation.
Jack.
Not Jack.
He was only 10 years old in that movie, Pete. Come on.
He bought beer and porn.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Popeye?
It's not Popeye.
Is it Night at the Museum?
It is Night at the Museum.
Nice.
Did Robin Williams say any of those profanities?
I think he said bully. Just for fun, let me go through these other 2.
Yeah.
Under violence and gore, a T-Rex skeleton chases a horse-drawn carriage. A remote-controlled car slips and explodes after running over a snowdrift. We are led to believe that the 2 men inside the car have died. And a man is thrown off the carriage and into the snow when the horses stop short. And under frightening and intense scenes, the whole prospect of wax humans and statues coming to life might scare younger viewers.
Why younger? That scares me.
So yeah, definitely not for children. Night at the Museum.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Nick. We got our first answer there, Night at the Museum, and the results are in from our first matchup, and the winner is Vaden Jones.
Whoa.
And I guess people are just filling in the blanks on what he argued in his rebuttal because I couldn't hear it, but it's all good.
Wait, that's how bad my memory is right now. I'm like, oh, wait, 1 second. Oh, that's it.
I appreciate the sympathy votes.
They might have voted for the belt.
Oh, thank you. Yes. My girlfriend made this for me. It's lovely.
All right. So our next matchup is Katie Baker and Eddie Hand.
Woo!
So, Katie, do you want to go first or second?
I think I will go first this time, Sean.
First. Okay, great. So your question is from May Keith. She asks, Stanley Kubrick considered Williams, but decided he was too crazy to play Jack in The Shining. Is Mrs. Doubtfire more or less insane than Jack Torrance?
I'm gonna go with more insane because he's doing all these things. Like he isn't even at like a hotel that's got spooky energies. He's just following these goals that are driving him to do all kinds of crazy things or to lie to his family and pretend to be somebody else. So, which is like that's crazier than someone just like writing a book. Writing a book, that's normal stuff rather than putting on a false persona. And so that's fucked up. Time.
All right, Eddie, you are up.
Yeah, I mean, I think that trying to kill your family is a lot crazier than trying to see your kids. I don't know. I just maybe I'm the weird one for loving my mom and dad, and for if I had, I assume that they love me as well. Yeah, I find that to be a little crazier than I mean. I think he said that in the court scene. Even he is crazy because he loves his kids so much. But he's not as crazy as Jack Nicholson is for trying to murder his son and wife, Shelley Duvall. Like, yeah, yeah.
Well, I want to blame the hotel and I want to blame Stanley Kubrick because those are factors that make Jack crazy in ways that are, it's like he uses performance enhancingness because those factors at play of to where or just like an ordinary guy writing a book becomes seemingly crazy, but it's all an illusion created by the books and the director's time.
Yep, Eddie, you're up.
Is it even that crazy in this day and age for him to be like dressing up like a woman? I don't really think that we live in 2020. You know, if he wants to do that, he can go ahead and dress up like an old lady and use an old lady voice and make up a fake name. Like he can, you know, like that doesn't even seem particularly crazy to me, you know. And I don't know, like I'd be pretty upset if James Bond had come in to try to swoop in and steal my family. I'd do whatever it took to stop him. You know?
All right. A lot of great points here, and there's no way that I could choose a winner, so it's going to be up to you, the audience. So head into the poll. You can find the link right below this video in the description on YouTube, and vote for your winner. Whether you want to vote for Eddie Hand or Katie Baker, you have that option on there right now. And while the votes are rolling in, let's turn it back over to Nick Martucci for some more trivia.
Awesome. Before I do that, I've found so far 6 movies he plays a doctor.
Nice.
Including 9 Months with Hugh Grant. So that's fun. All right. For this movie, under profanity, they say, Not necessarily profanity, but some insults such as idiot, stupid, fatty, and cummy bummy.
Is this Popeye?
This is not Popeye.
Is this
Cuckoo's
Hook?
Nest?
Is it what?
The Cuckoo's Nest?
It's not the Cuckoo's Nest.
Is it Flubber?
It's not Flubber.
It should be Flubber.
It should be Flubber.
Cadillac Man?
It's not Cadillac Man.
Bicentennial Man?
No. All right.
I want another clue.
Sex and nudity. During the scene where two characters are singing and dancing to their song, there's a brief moment in which they are grinding.
The Sesame Street episode he did with Elmo.
Aladdin.
It's not Aladdin.
No, it's the Sesame Street episode he did with Elmo.
You got
Robots?
it.
Oh, really?
No. Okay.
My favorite year.
It's not my favorite year.
Is it robots?
It's not robots. We're circling
Do you
it.
watch
Is it-
Robo?
is it-
Happy Feet. Happy Feet.
It's Happy Feet, Wayne.
Yay.
All right, for fun, sex and nudity, there's some talk among characters, among a character and his pals collecting love stones to entice the quote chicas, and there's some comment about chicka chicka boom boom.
Oh,
The
that's
character
right,
and his
Plot of
friends
Ferngully.
flirt with some females who say, "Not tonight, baby." Frightening and intense scenes while sliding down an icy slope, characters slam into each other, icy structures and stuff, all for fun. But they end up causing an avalanche of sorts and they must avoid after falling into a body of water. And then sex
Aladdin
and
3,
nudity.
Den of Thieves.
Some of the songs are sung suggestively as well. The first song has the lyrics that go like this: "You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on." In another song, some male penguins sing, "I'll make love to you like you want me to, then I'll hold you tight."
Madagascar 3.
Isn't that Popeye?
It is Popeye. Boys to Men got that song from Popeye. It's a cover.
All right. So the voting is in, and this round our winner is Katie Baker. So Katie will be moving on to the next round. And our next matchup is between Pete Andrews and Jim Bowes. So Pete, would you like to go first or second?
I was second, Sean.
Second, okay. So Jim, your question is, what would cause you to have a more difficult time in school? Having Robin Williams as your teacher, or looking like a 40-year-old man when you're actually 10 years old?
I looked like a 40-year-old man when I was like 17, so it's kind of close. I think I have to go with that one. I've looked the same way for like 25 years, longer. And the other one, I'm gonna wind up killing myself with a fucking bunch of leaves around my head. So, as a suicide survivor, I'm gonna have to choose a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. Put that 45.
For the record, I don't think anyone survived Jack either. But what was the question again, Sean? Robin Williams as
Yeah, what would make being a student harder? Or like, what would make your time in school harder? Having
So
Robin Williams,
Robin
as
Williams
teacher?
being my teacher would make school so much harder because the first thing he has you do is throw out the table of contents. You can't find anything in the textbook. I'm a linear learner. If I don't learn the beginning, I can't get to the end. This is going to be more difficult. Oh man, you have body hair and can buy beer and porn in high school. That must be tragic. Oh man, it's going to be way harder having the guy who's at odds with the administration trying to administer my education. I know he's got 5 kids that he takes off on boat trips that like get along with him really well, but I was a quiet kid in the back of the room and I just need the textbook to be whole, Robin. So, you know.
John, you know, the funny thing is I was like, maybe I should prepare for this debate. Went on the IMDb page, and only movie I had for free was Dead Poet Society. And I'm like, how's this going to help me? The scene that I just paused was after he ripped out the introduction, not the table of contents. The introduction of Dr. Pritchard, who was a tight ass, who talked about how to measure the volume of how good a poem was. So I directly refute that.
Okay, I did open the textbook all semester. He made us tear pages out. I assumed it wasn't important after that. And now my dad isn't going to love me because I didn't get into Yale. This is a problem. Anyone know how to get to the roof? Too soon?
See? Don't do it.
Time. All right. A lot of great points here, but there's no way that I could choose a winner. So it's going to be up to you, the audience. Head into the Because I Stupid poll. You can find the link right below this video on YouTube in the description where it says voting link. And you can vote for either Jim Bowes or Pete Andrews. And while we're voting, let's check back in with Nick Martucci.
All right. We got frightening and intense scenes in this movie. A character disguised wheezes and shows his teeth. This can be disgusting.
Fisher King.
Not Fisher King.
RV.
Not RV.
Is it Good Will Hunting?
It's not Good Will Hunting.
How about them apples?
All right. Sex and nudity. A man touches a teen girl in a seductive manner.
Aladdin.
It is Aladdin, Wayne.
Wow.
Yep. Jafar, I guess, touches Jasmine.
Does this surprise anybody? Disney?
So that one went quick. Under profanity, the parrot almost says hell, but stops himself from saying it.
Ooh, go to Godfrey's voice.
Under violence and gore, a teen boy is threatened by guards brandishing swords in a number of scenes.
That is.
And under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a character is seen smoking a cigar, but he can't be affected in the lungs since he is a magical genie. Which is, it's
That's
good to
bizarre.
know. Genies can't get lung cancer.
I never knew that. That person's wicked smart.
It's what's good is you learn something and you get to protect the children.
Lung cancer.
Everybody knows genies don't have lungs.
So
all
that's
right.
that movie.
Hey, Jim, tell that to Barbara
Nice
Eden.
job, Wayne.
Tell that to Barbara Eden. Genies don't have lungs.
I will to
Yeah,
her
lung cancer.
face.
That's pretty good. Papa fucking Eden. Nice job. Me and you and Sean. Hey.
All right. Well, hey, that was a lot of fun. And our votes are in from the last matchup. And our winner is Jimmy Bowes. So Jim will be
I haven't ever won one of these.
to the next round. Well, tonight is your night, my friend, because you've won a round and you're
Things
moving
have
on.
not been going well, so that's going to be great.
All right. So our next matchup will be between Jacqueline Wall and Wayne Maston. So Jacqueline, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Second. Okay. Wayne, your question is from Ken Green. He asks, what is the harder thing to do? Disguise yourself as an old woman to see your kids, or convince a selfie guy to get his shit together?
I'm thinking it's probably tougher to convince a Southie guy to get his shit together. Now, I may be a little biased because I'm from the North Shore. So, please don't hold that against me when you consider the vote here. But, my experience with folks in South Boston is that they're pretty thick. I mean, the fact that they continue to live in South Boston when they could probably go someplace else tells you something. I mean, come on, they could at least move to Revere. If he moved to Revere, he'd be a whole lot closer to Bunker Hill College, so it'd be easier for him to get to school. And then he could see his teacher a lot easier too. Or you can, move to Charlestown or Chelsea. That'd be fine. And I would really think that would be a better way to use my time as a teacher and advisor, would be getting him to get closer to a school of higher education like Bunker Hill Community College. Time.
I think it would be harder to dress up as an old woman to try to see your kids because, first of all, have you seen how many accessories old women like to wear? I don't know where you're going to find all of that, but you've really got to go thrifting before this. You have to find the old lady perfume. I don't know where that comes from either. That's a challenge. Keeping those boobs in place, the technology wasn't even there for him to do this when Mrs. Doubtfire came out, but they're really flopping everywhere. It's tough. He can't help it. And in terms of someone from Southie getting their shit together, I think that no matter how much of a piece of shit you are, there's always some hope, just a little bit of hope, so we can help these people and it's going to be okay. But turning into an old lady and keeping that front up around your kids, that's really hard. They should know better. They should figure out who you are. That's all I got.
As a member of that older generation, I feel somewhat insulted by the character choice of Mrs. Doubtfire. Why did she have to be an old woman with support hose and gray hair and, probably bifocal glasses, have droopy boobs so that it droops so much that she caught them on fire while she's cooking? Come on, that says some bad stuff about how people think about old folks. Unable to take care of cooking that her boobs catch on fire?
God.
Well, you're right. I think that is a very fine line to walk. How do you portray an old person without insulting them? Those boobs on fire, that's yikes. You're right. I think that just goes to show how tough it was to pull that off and keep that in front of your kids and explain to them how your boobs fell off or disintegrated. I don't know how that one got discussed, but yeah.
Top. All right. A lot of great points here, and it's not going to be my decision, though. It's up to you to decide who wins. So head into the poll. You can find the link right below this video in the description on YouTube. What's up, Jimmy Bose?
Am I the only one getting a heavy Max Headroom vibe from Wayne right now?
I don't know.
Max Headroom?
Yeah.
No, I get the reference, so you're right. He needs the
Take on me,
sunglasses,
son.
though.
Hey, Jim.
I'll be gone.
I don't know. I think it's like Wayne and then Jim, and then I'm the next oldest in this group, and that's right on the cusp of what I should know, Jim. So you're dating yourself a bit here.
Know your MTV history, damn it.
Jim, I'm just throwing back to the Reagan years.
All right.
Let's come back.
Hey, Nick, let's do some trivia. Let's do some IMDb trivia.
Okay. I think there's one thing we can all agree on, though, is that Bunker Hill Community College is the Harvard of Bunker Hill.
Also,
Hey, this movie has profanity in it.
That's Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill. Right off the orange line. Under profanity, a man uses shit once. This is muted in some of the versions.
RV.
Not RV. Okay.
Toy.
What was that, Jim?
The toy maker. Is that what it is?
Toys?
Toys.
Toys. It's not toys.
There's way worse things than toys.
All right. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A few characters smoke notably the main character and his pipe.
It's
Good Will
Popeye.
Hunting.
Popeye.
It is Popeye.
I was muted earlier. I said it a minute ago.
Hey,
There's
Nick,
some
is
fun
that
stuff in this
Bluto that
movie.
says shit in Popeye?
What was that?
Is that Bluto that says shit in Popeye? I don't think it's
That's
Popeye.
a good question. I do not know who says shit in Popeye. I hope it's olive oil.
I actually hope it's Sweet Pea.
What's the
That's
hamburger
the first
guy's
words. That's right before credits hit.
Wimpy.
Was there a Jeep in the movie?
What?
Remember the Jeep from the cartoon? Oh no, I did it again,
No.
Sean.
Was the hamburger guy the I'll gladly give you a hamburger tomorrow if
Wimpy.
you'll give
Yeah,
me a
that was
hamburger
Wimpy.
today?
This hamburger tastes like shit. I'll pay
Hey,
you
Jim,
tomorrow.
Jeep was in it, but was invisible like most of the time.
I will gladly
yeah,
give you a full price chicken sandwich tomorrow for a half price chicken sandwich tonight.
Just for fun, because there's some fun stuff in this one. Violence and gore, the villain is very mean and threatens to kill a baby with an octopus.
Yes, Snoopy.
Under violence and gore, the film is very comical. Like the cartoon, sound effects are used and are very comical.
Yes, the Snoopy.
And frightening and intense scenes. After the villain force feeds the main character a can of spinach at the climax, he weighs the apparently unconscious man down to drown him. Of course, the villain doesn't realize that he has powered up the main character by chance with this action. And the sailor man, now strong to the finish, soon recovers and defeats the bully with a mighty punch.
-10, run-on sentence.
Can we finish that with a good toot toot?
All right. Well, we've run into a slight problem here in that we have an exact tie on this last one. There's the same number of votes for each person. So what I'm going to do is I am going to reset this poll and everybody just vote again because not everybody voted because there's 16 people that are logged in and only 14 voted. So everybody vote, and then hopefully it's not 8-8. Hopefully, it's like 9-7. Yeah, that would work. Oh, now there's 17 people, so there's an odd number. So just everybody vote. We'll be fine, and it's all going to work out.
RV.
Oh,
That was from RV.
To answer the question, I just looked it up. Popeye says shit.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Funny Popeye.
Robin.
This was
More
the,
like parallel
Childhood
thinking.
Hero image shattered.
this was the Snyder cut of Popeye.
That
Yeah.
makes sense because he cusses like a sailor.
Was it just his tattoo?
Do you get? Here's the question: do you think that Mrs. Doubtfire was the most famous Robin Williams movie that he did? Do you think that was the biggest one?
Aladdin.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
Goodwill Hunting's one.
But Aladdin is animated. I mean, like one where he's like live action. You see.
Aladdin is a famous movie that Robin Williams is in.
Okay,
Did you
so
I mean,
what's
no,
your-
he was the first animated person where they filmed him and then made the cartoon look like them.
Here's a
Like-
fun thing about Aladdin. He improvised so much that the movie couldn't get a nomination for screenplay at the Oscars.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Oh yeah, and there's also an
Sued them all.
NC-17 version of Aladdin as a result. So hopefully we'll get that at some point.
He
If Mrs.
sued,
Doubtfire isn't-
Disney over it.
If Mrs. Doubtfire isn't the most famous Robin Williams movie, it's definitely the one that's most remembered.
Yeah.
It's probably Old Dogs.
I think
Ah,
I think it's
a few
Goodwill
years
Hunting.
ago, Dead Poet Society might have
Vietnam.
beat it out, but because of
Okay.
some of the stuff in Dead Poet Society, probably
But
not
just
anymore.
because of the kids, wouldn't Hook beat it? Just because of the Peter Pan thing?
Well, also don't just consider famous movies that Robin Williams was in. Consider movies that are remembered because of Robin Williams and his.
Well, they
contributions.
commemorated a bench because of him in Boston, and it won him an Academy Award. So, like,
okay.
Danny
I was
McMahon.
just trying to figure out
Probably
when.
his most famous one is Seize the Day.
Yeah.
He's in a movie called Seize the Day that came out like 4 years before Dead Poet Society.
I mean,
wanna-
Popeye
I
is
wanna
famous because there's still a village that's been abandoned that they filmed it at.
I
Like,
want
they-
to say
they
Good
built
Will Hunting, but I know too many people who have never seen that movie, so it's obviously not remembered as well as I wish it was.
Yeah.
Lloyd,
going
it's not
great.
their fault.
I think it's probably Father of the Year. Anyways,
Harvey.
the,
That was
No,
excellent.
I
Nick.
think it's
That was
1 hour
excellent.
photo, Sean.
the
Still flubber.
results are in, and we have
Love it.
a little bit of separation now. And our winner this round is Jacqueline Wall. So Jacqueline will be moving on to the next round. And yeah, we got 4 comics left. So let's see who heads on to the finals. This next matchup is between Vaden Jones and Katie Baker. So Vaden, do you want to go first or second?
I will go second.
Second, okay. So Katie, your question is, okay. So this does have to do with World's Greatest Dad, and the other movie that has to do with it is The Birdcage. So, which would be the tougher pill to swallow? The fact that your son accidentally died while masturbating, or the fact that your son is marrying a woman?
I think that the tougher pill to swallow would be that my son accidentally killed himself while masturbating, because it's like a thing of where it's the unflattering, but more so it's like my son is dead, like versus like I could handle my son being alive, I could handle anything, but like the dead son is permanent. And then also like the kind of the yuckiness of, not that anything's wrong with masturbation, but that would just be like ew for me to have to deal with, in addition to having a dead kid and also knowing that my son is bad at masturbating.
Time. I would find it very difficult to accept that my son married a woman, because I moved away from Alabama to live in a progressive city. Also, I'm not a. I mean, it's a little weird that my son dies in a tragic masturbating accident, but like I've been trying to pull that off for years, so he just got one up on me. But yeah, no, I've always wanted to have a flamboyantly and openly gay son, and I just feel like that's just a dream come true for me. So, yeah, time.
I would not be. Vaden is clearly okay with having a son who is dead when he could be alive. I don't mind if my son wants to marry a woman and be a heteronormative, plain old thing. That's just fine. I don't want him to be dead, Vaden. Time.
Yeah, I do want my kid to be dead. I was never a good dad to begin with. Didn't want this to happen. Didn't expect it. Wasn't in the plans. I got nothing else to say.
All right, a lot of good points here, but it's going to be up to you, the audience, to choose your winner. So head into the poll right below. You can find the link in the description right below this video. PickAsideStupid.com, voting. And while people are voting, let's head back over and do some trivia with Nick Martucci.
Hi again. All right, this movie has profanity in it. 1 use of devil, 2 uses of damn, 1 use of darn, 1 use of heaven's sake, 1 use of Jesus, 1 use of jeez, 1 use of hell, 3 uses of oh God, and 10 uses of oh my God.
Popeye.
Popeye. What was that?
Jumanji.
It is Jumanji.
For heaven's sake, stop crying.
That was too easy, I guess.
I was gonna say What Dreams May Come, because wasn't that all about the afterlife?
That
was. Oh, that was great. That was a great movie. Thank you for mentioning that. I totally forgot about that.
It's actually a modern interpretation of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
What is it?
So yeah, I guess I'll go through the rest of these though. Violence and gore. A hunter shoots several people. His aiming needs practice.
That hunter scared
Violence
the
and gore.
crap out of me when I was like in first
Wait,
grade.
they really add these commentaries to these?
They sure do. Violence and gore. Monkeys destroy a kitchen and throw knives at 2 young children. They also scare several people, crash a car, steal a TV, hijack a motorcycle, and damage a shop.
I never
You don't
realized
pee,
how
though?
relatable monkeys are.
They don't
Uh,
pee though, right? That's
oh,
what
yeah.
I thought it was before.
Violence and gore. A stampede of elephants, rhinos, birds, zebras, and other animals run through a town, injuring some people and damaging many things. And frightening and intense scenes. When the game starts near the beginning of the movie, a young boy is slowly sucked into the game, using CGI, of course. The appearance of him screaming and slithering into the game is quite frightening, and scary music plays at the same time.
That scared the piss out of my kids.
No,
Yeah,
Jumanji was
CGI
nightmare
is
fuel.
scary.
All right. So the results are in, and the winner of this round is Vaden Jones. So Vaden will be heading on to the finals.
That's right. Belt still going strong.
All right. Our next matchup is between Jacqueline Wall and Jim Bowes. So Jacqueline, would you like to go first or second here?
I'll go first.
First, okay. So your question is based on Man of the Year and Night at the Museum. So if you had to be a US president, which situation is more desirable? You're a talk show host and comedian that accidentally got yourself elected president, or you are a Theodore Roosevelt, you're a Theodore Roosevelt exhibit in a museum, but you come to life at night.
I'm going to go with the Theodore Roosevelt because in Night at the Museum, he is just so blissful, so full of wisdom. He is thriving. It's as if he's not contained to a little museum. You know, this is his whole world. He's having a blast. And I think that's the best way to keep your legacy in place. I would not want to be a comedian talk show host that accidentally gets myself to become president in this society. Geez, I want to do that. Big load to carry. No, thank you. I'd rather be Teddy Roosevelt chilling at night in the museum, guiding stray museum wanderers to their destiny. Time.
Well, that's just my luck the year I've had that I get stuck arguing that a TV personality should be the president. Not really that cool. And, you know, it's like what used to be the most respected office with the longest history on the planet, most powerful man in the world. I mean, accidentally find yourself. I think that'd be better because all you really have to do is just, I mean, the thing, when you say not that I could do it, but I could have done a better job than him. You just find smarter people than you that know shit and you let them run the country. And that's what the best presidents do. And so that'd be pretty easy. And you could play golf a lot like the fat shit did. I'm sorry, that really touched the nerve. And Teddy Roosevelt's trapped inside a building. Time.
He loves where he's at though. Gotta give him credit. He's just having a blast in there. I think the comedian talk show host, if I was the comedian talk show host and I had to be president right now, I would just troll the country. I would just fuck it up even further. So to your point, we don't need that. You know, a comedian just wants to laugh. They'll destroy the country too at this point. What's the point? So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guns with Teddy Roosevelt.
Did you just say burn it down? I wasn't sure. But it's okay. But you don't seem like a burn it down type, you know. And I have to say that you are stuck in that. Teddy Roosevelt, hats off to his portrayal, and Teddy Roosevelt saw, he fought in San Juan alongside colored soldiers, talked about their bravery, and he did. He kind of represented all the best that he was, but he's still locked in a building, and Ben Stiller is funny, but it's a bit much. It gets to be a bit.
All right, a lot of good points here. And I think either of you deserve to be president over the last guy. And maybe this guy. We'll see over the next 3 years what happens. But while people are voting, and you can click on the link below in the description to vote. But while people are voting, let's head over to Nick Martucci for some more trivia.
All right, cool. This movie has profanity in it. 2 uses of ass, 3 uses of hell, 1 use of damn.
RV.
It's still not RV. I wish that I had RV.
Man of the year?
Not man of the year.
The angriest man in Brooklyn.
Death
It's
to
not.
Smoochie.
That is an underrated movie.
Nick,
It's
did you hear me?
pretty good.
Death to Smoochie.
Was that his last movie?
What was that, Wayne?
Death to Smoochie.
It's not Death to Smoochie.
Mrs. Doubtfire? No.
It's not Mrs. Doubtfire. All right.
Good Morning Vietnam?
It's not Good Morning Vietnam. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A man can be seen smoking his 2 cigars on a cigarette holder.
Law and Order SVU.
Not Law and Order SVU.
The Birdcage.
Not the Birdcage.
Aladdin.
Not Aladdin.
Aladdin 3,
right.
Return of Jafar.
Return of the Jafar is the second one, and that's got Dan Castellaneta as the genie.
Okay, Aladdin
Aladdin the
3,
video game.
It is Aladdin the video game for Super Nintendo. Not for Sega Genesis.
Wow.
It's not. It is not.
It was really hard. I couldn't get past the lava level.
All right. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking. After a man's children are kidnapped by the villain, he is seen having a large
Peter Pan.
cocktail, appears to be scotch.
RV.
Hook.
It is Hook.
Hook.
Yeah.
It's Hook. Violence and gore, a crocodile swallows the villain whole, and violence and gore, the villain shoots a gun, and the bullet goes through a book, killing a pirate.
Ah,
Me,
I
is it?
want to specify that it's a dead crocodile that eats him.
What?
Yeah, it's like a stuffed crocodile. They have like a clock in its mouth. It's on the boat the entire time.
Wait, so Nick, did under violence and gore, did the boo box not make it into there?
That
It-
scared me.
I don't think so.
You would think the boo box would be in there under
I would
violence and
think
gore.
so. It might have been. There's only 5 I can choose.
Sure, yeah, I hear you. All right, well, the results are in from this last debate, and in a close one, decided by 1 vote. Our winner is Jacqueline Wall. So Jacqueline will be moving on to the finals and facing off against Vaden Jones. So Jacqueline, do you want to go first or second here?
I'll go second.
Okay. Vaden, your question is from May Keith, and she asks, would you rather be trapped inside the board game Jumanji or kidnapped by pirates and held hostage in Neverland?
Oh, well, this is easy because I drink a lot already. So just hanging out with pirates and drinking rum all day as an underage minor just seems like my childhood. Plus, I never have to grow up. Like, what? Yeah, this is obvious. Like, I get to fly, never grow up, sword fighting, drinking rum all day. It's just, it's literally my dream. Time.
Well, I would go with Jumanji because just being drunk with pirates, that sounds similar to how I've spent the last year, just doing nothing but substances. So I will go Jumanji because that sounds like a nice challenge, and like I'll have goals and I'll have a team to work with, and we'll get through the game together. It'll be some really nice solidarity. I don't want to go to Neverland. I know at least when Michael Jackson was there, it was like very not a good place. So I'm not interested. But yeah, Jumanji, exciting. And we have a goal there. So that's my time.
Well, I hate to tell you, he did not have any partners. He lived in Jumanji until he was a full adult, all by himself, terrified, never even knew how to shave. So just debunk that to begin with. I actually have a support system in the hierarchy of the pirate system. There, I have structure, when I'm not drinking, which makes me a better human being in the long run. Even if I never grow up, I learned some skills.
Learn some skills. I think I'll learn more skills through a board game. The support system stays tight or not, I think skills will be learned. So I'm gonna just go against that last thing you said. And then also relying on pirates to raise you just sounds like a really big risk. I know you said you just, we're drinking your whole child anyway, drinking through your whole childhood anyway, and you're a great person, Vaden. But I don't know if you should get kidnapped and raised by pirates. I would advise that life for anyone. So again, Jumanji is the place to be. And that's my time.
All right, a lot of great points here. But there's no way that I could choose a winner, so it's going to be up to you, the audience, to pick your winner tonight. So head into the poll. You can find the link right in the description on YouTube, and make your vote. And in the meantime, Nick Martucci has some more trivia for us.
Hey, last one. This movie has violence and gore. Actually, not actual violence. Just arguments and a brief scene of bullying.
Flubber.
Not Flubber.
This is
Popeye!
No.
RV2, the
Wait,
return.
what's going on?
Popeye.
Can everybody? I didn't hear anybody. It's not Popeye.
Damn it!
We can
What
still hear you.
dreams may come?
I think somebody already said the answer, but I don't know who.
Awakenings?
It's
I
not
said
Awakenings.
RV2, so
The
that's a
return.
dick move.
It's not.
It didn't jump on it right away, so
I'm gonna go to
said
the next
Flubber,
one.
was that it?
It's not Flubber.
Darn
1
it.
hour photo.
It's not 1 Hour Photo.
World According to Garp.
It's not World According to Garp.
Insomnia.
No. I'm gonna go to the next one, and whoever said it in the last round. can yell at me.
Jumanji.
It's not Jumanji.
This is Doubtfire.
It is Mrs. Doubtfire. There it
There's
is.
violence in that
Really-
movie, though. He
really
gets
fun.
someone tries to mug him, and he beats up the mugger.
That's true. Also, under violence and gore, the very next one, a man is hit on the head with a fruit.
High-five fruiting.
Yes!
Uh-huh.
James Bond.
Sex and nudity, no actual sexual references, just innuendos relating to genders.
Flubber.
Violence and gore, while trying to make dinner for the family, a character's breasts catch on fire. Wayne, do you know?
I don't know what movie you're talking about, Nick.
All right. Sex and nudity, a 12-year-old boy catches the main character peeing standing up and freaks out. They think she is a male built into a female. Then they find out it's just their dad dressed as a woman.
Wait a minute, that was Big Daddy, right?
This is RV.
Finally,
RV.
Finally.
his finest film.
This is where Robin Williams dresses as an RV to get closer to his kids.
And he can back it into a parking spot.
They drove all the way to Wally World and it was closed.
Can you believe it?
John Candy.
The
was
moose
not
out
there.
front should have told
Sorry,
me.
folks.
Thanks for letting me do that, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for doing it.
Great job, Nick, man. Still there.
A lot of fun all night. All right. right, so the results are in from our final matchup, and our winner for this evening is Vaden Jones.
Yeah. Look at the belt. Just look at
Alcoholism
the belt.
wins.
That's all you need to know.
I'm
They-
glad that the belt
People
is
keep
getting.
voting for you because they don't want that belt.
Oh,
Doesn't matter
want
if you
the
want
belt.
it or not. You can't have it.
What's it made of?
And I'm just glad that belt's getting a lot of use. You know, it's like I think you make a belt and you wait till you're champion, and then you can show it off. And you've had the opportunity to show it off a few times now since it's been made, so it's great.
It's crazy. This last year, most belts haven't been used.
That's true.
Unless you're acting out your favorite Robin Williams movie.
Oh. Ooh.
RV.
We have to end. on that.
RV2, The Return.
Sorry.
Thank you so
Alright.
much, Sean. This was a highlight of a long time, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Everybody, you
Thanks,
guys are
Thanks
great.
for doing it. Thanks everybody for doing the show, and thanks to everybody that was watching and commenting. And Craig, if you can't get your voting worked out by next week, I will vote for you. You just tell me who to vote for, and I'll give you my vote. So it was a great time, and nice job, everybody, especially Vaden winning tonight. And
Thank
we'll
you.
be back again next week. Thank you all. Good night.
Thanks, Sean.